vintage all night. Hey baby, you can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like. Yeah.
Okay, this is the open mic where we can talk about whatever we want.
Dan, I know you have
Whatever
so
we
much fun
want.
editing those.
Yeah. We can talk whatever we like.
Well, what would you guys like to talk about? Do you have anything, or should I just go straight into talking about T-shirts?
I don't know. That bidet conversation last week was fun.
It was.
Do we have any more meat on the bone there? Or
For bidets?
More like meat off the meat.
Don't say it.
I don't know where I was going with that one.
Yeah,
That was not right.
There's definitely some imagery to the beginning of that sentence.
It was cool. I tried it again. It was nice.
If
you gotta get
you don't try it again. You try it once, and now you're a guy who uses bidets.
Well, I did it. And,
you're a guy who uses bidets now.
You know what else I did? Horse riding. You guys ride horses? You ever tried that?
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, I did that like yesterday. It's crazy. You're looking at an animal.
Yeah.
And it's such a weird thing. I mean, well, no.
Really?
I know I live in the South, but no.
Well,
These are like 7 feet tall, and you're looking at it, and it's like you are an alien creature. This should not. And then you ride them, and then you give them a little. They have personalities. It's crazy.
Horses are really neat. We had summer camp out here, and every summer camp in California has horses, and so I've literally been riding horses, not regularly, but since I was like 7. And you can go on horse trails out here. Like, yeah, it's a fun time. I haven't done that in a while. I got to get back to the horses.
It was cool. My guy had like monkeys. Like we're going on this weird trail, like hiking trail, and we're just walking. And we're going down this very like steep hill, and he just stops halfway through to eat a branch. And I was told like, hey, don't let them eat anything. So you have to it's like read the room,
Totally. No, and it's like you start to communicate with it, and you are able to really connect with a horse, and like you can signal it. Let's go faster. Let's hold back. Stop. And even just like getting to a solid pace. Like there is something to communicating with animals that I think also carries over to communicating with people, because we are animals. But like you can get a sense of what it's thinking. People should really spend time with animals so that they can understand the animal within the person. That's my thinking.
Well, Dan,
is that a Rob Schneider movie reference there?
No, but what a great movie.
You know what's weird? So I grew up sort of, and when I watched that movie a long time ago, and it was one of those movies that I always had fun watching. As a kid, I probably like missed half the references in the movie and all the
That's
undertone.
Probably, I could probably get more out of it these days.
But it's a movie that had sort of like left my brain for the longest time until you brought it up. What was it, last week or 2 weeks ago?
That was the first episode of Moon Knight.
Yeah, I don't know how you made that comparison, but
that's just how it made me feel.
It took me like a while to like, oh, that movie. I'm like, okay, oh, I get it. Well, no, I still don't get it, but like,
you don't?
I don't get the connection, how you're making that connection, but
because he would wake up in different places and be like, oh, I don't really remember that, and it was like, oh, and then he would go out at night and he'd do the other stuff, and it was it felt. It had the same kind of deliberate disjointedness.
I had so much fun with that. I actually have to find, because I don't own it in any way, so I have to figure out a way to like get my hands on that movie again. And I've not seen it in years, but I remember like having such a good time every time I watched that movie, and it was a lot of fun. Like I love Rob Schneider stuff in general, and like what him and Adam Sandler get up to, no good. Benchwarmers is one of those guilty pleasure movies I'll always check out.
I did watch that a lot as a kid.
It's so much fun. And Dodgeball. I mean,
Dodgeball's
was he in there? I don't know. Well, it's sort of
that was Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
That's coming to Netflix this May or this month.
I think it's on Disney Plus right now.
Dodgeball.
Because
Dodgeball?
well, it wasn't like a Fox movie, so now Disney owns it, and
Oh,
I thought it was.
yes.
Well, anyway, dodgeball. Yeah, how did we get to dodgeball?
I don't
Um,
know. I never know.
one of the things you touched upon in the quick hits, I want to kind of get your opinion on this. I had a lot of fun with like the quick hits this week because our favorite family was in the news again. So I think we should definitely talk about that.
Brother never told you never
Yeah.
threaten a man's family?
A lot of directors dropping out of movies this week.
Yes,
What else?
that was the theme.
Well,
That
John
has
Watts
been the
with
theme.
the Fantastic Four reboot.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
God.
Justin
Do
Lin
we
dropped
really need
out of the
another
Fast
Fantastic
X,
Four?
and that movie's in production. Like a week or so into production, he dropped out, which I'm like, why? Oh, I mean,
Did they say why?
not really. I guess I read the article where they talked about like what his statement was, and it was pretty much like not even like a real reason as far as I can remember. It was just he just kind of dropped out.
They're probably playing it nice for like the press, but probably just multiple voices coming in and thinking that their voice is the right voice, and he was probably just tired of being undermined.
Let's see. Oh, by the way, there's
We
some
gotta talk
backstory
Barbie.
to this.
We gotta talk Barbie. I'm
Barbie!
seeing Barbie on the screen. We gotta talk Barbie.
All right,
I'm
okay,
so
moving on. Barbie.
upset.
We gotta
about
watch
the
it.
Aqua
Sorry.
news.
Can we talk about
Yeah.
So I don't care about the Aqua news. I know
The Aqua news is the news.
That is the
no,
news.
that
Come
that
on.
picture's the news. Today on the news, that picture. No, so we were kind of taking bets on like, do you think the Barbie girl song is gonna make an appearance?
We were talking about predictions. We were doing this, like we genuinely had like this long conversation about it in the group chat, and I made a big one that I was very confident about. I was like, I think Doja Cat is probably going to do like a rendition of Aqua's Barbie Girl. I was like,
I feel like somebody would.
yeah. And then I think the next day, something like that, this news pops up.
Yeah. What does it actually say? Is there a reason, or there's it just one of those articles where the article is the headline?
Well, it's sort of. All right, so here's this one person on Twitter who felt much the same way that we did, which is if Barbie Girl by Aqua is not in the end credits of the Barbie movie, he wants his money back, and so would I. But to that, Artavana said that if oh wait, no, this is the same thing, same request. All right, well let's move on. So
Wait, so is it because like thematically this Barbie movie's gonna be different? Do we know anything else about the movie?
not sure. Isn't it Ryan Gosling who's playing like the
Ken.
He's playing Ken.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
By the way, this
Okay.
piece of news doesn't come from the producers of the movie, and Variety reached out to Warner Brothers for comment, and they haven't heard anything from them. As far as I can tell, this article hasn't
Maybe
been
there's still
updated
a
with
shot.
anything. Huh?
Maybe there's still a shot maybe it won't be Aqua, but maybe they're buying
There may
the
be a
rights.
cover.
So so that Doja Cat can, in fact, cover.
By the
it.
way, just to answer your question from earlier, the manager or agent who manages Aqua lead singer Lene Nystrom, is that her name? Yeah. He said so that's where the story comes from, and he said the song will not be used in the movie. So it's from the agent of the singer of that song. But given how early they are in production on this movie, I don't doubt that there may be some change.
You just
Wait. So does that mean that version of the song is not going to be in it?
Yeah, it says Aqua's Barbie Girl, so maybe somebody else.
I think you guys are on the same level of what I'm thinking.
So that's the thing with so much nostalgia happening, and like that song is as iconic as the doll at this point, maybe less, but I feel like just to do the fan service, which is a really big trend in Hollywood right now, like of course you have to do that, But then again, they didn't do it for Ghostbusters, and I thought maybe The Weeknd would do it. Who knows?
That's
I
fair.
think there's some controversial lyrics in that song that
There
maybe
are?
the reason why. Well, there's a whole
In
paragraph about it
Ghostbusters?
here. Apparently, Mattel who filed a lawsuit against MCA Records, who was the record that published the song, and MCA Records is now part of Universal Music. Um, and the lawsuit was all about there's some suggestive language and there's a flirtatious tone because in the song I think Ken says like kiss me here or touch me there, or
Oh, not Ghostbusters. I
You
was
can
like,
undress me.
I was like, yeah, there's that. Undress
There's
me
that, yeah.
everywhere. But they've
Maybe they can
changed
cut that
lyrics
out.
before. They could. They've changed lyrics before.
maybe they can like
But
Al Yankovic that part.
do you think they absolutely
Turn
could?
it into something
I mean,
else.
it's that's not even the most iconic part of the song. It's just all you need is I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. It could literally. They've changed lyrics before. They could do it.
What
again.
would Hey Roland, since you brought this up, what would Doja Cat's version sound like? I don't, cause and I didn't even know what Doja Cat was until like last year. You did your Halloween costumes video, and Doja Cat was I
Oh,
think one of,
really?
yeah. I think in that video you were like, "What is a Doja Cat?" or something like that, and then you were like, "Oh yeah," because she was one of the people you reviewed her Halloween costume.
Yeah,
That's how I
Doja
remember.
Cat's dope. She's been killing it for I know that she came by Boone, which is where I went to college, 2019, and she was becoming really hot then. So she's been around for a little bit, but she's like how do I explain? Genres are so hard to explain nowadays. I don't know if anybody else is feeling that same problem, but because there's
Like
so many
It's the
genres.
too many cooks problem. It's the MCU. Everything's trying to do
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. I mean, movies and music and like TV show, well, not TV shows, but there's a lot of blending that's going on. But she's I guess hip hop, if you want to do it like to the bare necessities. She's cool though. She's she definitely makes good use of like her internet, and she's funny, and I'm probably giving her a bad pitch after just bragging about how I can do a pitch, but she's cool, and she gets the
I think
kids
you're
pumped
stalling
up.
because you don't want to tell us how it would sound.
Yeah, that's kind of the
Well, I don't
request.
know, like I don't.
Could you please drop a beat and perform Barbie Girl in the style of Doja Cat?
I'm trying to say it ain't so. Wait, I'm a Barbie girl
The hands are really
in
necessary.
a Barbie
There we
world.
go.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. I don't. What am I? I'm doing.
That is a reel. See you on Instagram.
You know, it's so funny. I was at the end of it, and I was like, "Dan's gonna make this a reel, and I'm gonna have to."
I'm not the one who makes the reels. That's all
I'm
Andrew.
the one who makes the reels.
Yeah, Andrew makes the
Okay.
reels.
Well,
and
yeah, that's
Hey, we talked about family. We talked about bidets. Random
We covered
stuff.
a lot.
I guess
Covered a lot
Barbie,
of
you can
ground.
file under that. Doja Cat.
Sure.
Yeah.
Boomer question was I don't know if that joke landed because I was asking you guys the boomer question earlier in our chat, like what is a Doja Cat? I just don't.
Yeah.
I felt like
know what
I
a
feel like
cat
now
is.
I'm starting to feel old because there's fewer examples of music that comes out that I listen to that I'm like, okay. Like I feel
Yeah.
like my playlist is constantly taking more stuff from back in the day than it is from stuff that's current. And
Yeah.
it's starting to dry up. And I don't know if that just means like I'm hitting that age where my tastes are sort of
It's not
falling.
age. It's just that culture has passed us by. And now we are not the target demographic for everything. We are old.
That feels sad.
We are millennials.
Yeah,
That
you
feels
guys
sad.
are old. Yeah.
Well, how old are you, Roland?
You guys, you guys.
You guys.
How old are you?
How old are you?
I'm 27. I'm almost 28.
I'm 22 at the end of this month.
22?
Oh my
Yep.
god. Did not know that.
He's a
Yeah.
Damn, you were
Zoomer.
barely legal
The
age when we
must-
hired you. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
the mustache covers my youthfulness.
Yeah.
why I keep it.
That's not a
Look at
huge
that.
difference though. It's
Not
like
huge.
You'd be surprised. I'll
Well,
post a
actually,
picture of this,
no. I've
save it, and
changed
show
quite
you
a
it.
bit since I was 22.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Boy, more on that later.
Yeah, you know what we didn't get to talk about was something like Restore the Snyderverse or Roland's thought on how
I
Warner
think that
Brothers
tells
did.
you. I think that tells you how people feel about the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have some thoughts. I feel like we should save that for like the second edition of Open Mic Night because I
That's
really would
fine
like
by
to
me.
Yeah.
discuss, you know, the whole Justice League and Batman versus Superman and all that stuff. And
Oh gosh, I wish it was like 4 years ago, because let me tell you something. I would have given you so much content about the Snyderverse. You have no idea. I wrote 2 papers about the Snyderverse and how Warner Brothers did them dirty.
wow, can
Yeah.
you send us a copy of those papers?
Oh, I don't even know if I still have them. I could look. I could probably look.
I would
I
love
kept my
to
Too Many Cooks
read them
paper.
before we have a conversation about them. I know in
Yes.
high school I was writing about the Dark Knight, and I even wrote a paper about that in college because of like how good the movie was and the writing and all the different ways in which the philosophy of the movie and how it doesn't make political statements, but it ties into like the politics of the day. Like I think, you know, movies like that don't come around often, that are blockbuster films that manage to cover so much ground in so many different ways, and yet you can kind of watch them for, you know, on the surface level it's a Batman versus the Joker or something like that, you know. Anyway, I feel like we're dragging at this point.
Yeah,
You want to call that a wrap on Open Mic?
that's a wrap on
Yeah.
Open Mic.
Yeah.